Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. This is episode 5. It is Friday morning, February 10th, 2023. It's Super Bowl weekend.
Go Chiefs!
Pretty excited. Yeah, I know. In fact, I sent out my weekly email newsletter to my database, and in the headline, I had "Fly Eagles Fly," and I already had a guy in my local database here in Central PA respond with "Go Chiefs." I mean, give me a break. Come on.
I had to put my Chiefs hat on.
Oh, yeah. Very funny. So here's what we need you to do. Please and thank you. If you're watching this live, hit the like button, smash the like button or the heart button. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe on whatever platform or channel you're watching on. And we love and encourage your feedback and suggestions. Create your free account at wakeupre.com. Wakeupre.com. Lots of good stuff inside for you. And in fact, you can actually register to win a free cup of coffee from Starbucks and thanks.io.
Well, you automatically get it. You don't even have to.
Oh, you don't even have to. Oh, look at that.
You just go in there and you do the stuff to get started. And there's a step. You can show my screen if you want.
Look at that. Okay, hold on.
We'll just mail you a cup of coffee in the mail. It'll come in a big, thick envelope.
Look at this right here. So create your free account and you'll get a free cup of coffee thanks to thanks.io, Ryan, and care of Starbucks. So good stuff. Here's what we're going to do. Number one, we determined, if you care, that it was my computer that was making Ryan sound like a robotic alien yesterday. So we got that resolved, which is good. And I also, because of that, it threw me off a little bit. I have a couple of things that when it's as we bounce around, I never even shared the tech tips for Tech Tip Thursday. So I've got a couple of things I want to share with there. I want to talk about some appointments. One actually that I am leaving for as soon as this episode ends. That came from the email that I've been talking about the last couple of days. And I know Ryan's got some cool stuff to share as well. Before we do that, your daily scorecard, your daily score sheet. And we're changing how you can submit this. And there's a good reason, mainly because we have people commenting all over. Yeah. And then it makes it hard to pick a winner from the day before. So when you go create your free account at wakeupre.com, there is you can see on the screen here, there's a hashtag for the daily scorecard, and you can share your score from yesterday right in there. You get 5 points for the posting a social media post of the day. You get 10 points for every new lead you generated yesterday, which, by the way, it is Free Lead Friday. And we're going to talk about some free ways to generate leads right now. And for those interested, Monday on our Monday Marketing Mastermind, we're doing a deep dive on free lead generation strategies in this shifting market. So we'll cover a couple today. And if you're interested and want more information and do a deep dive and brainstorm a mastermind about that, we'll let you know how you can do that on Monday. It's actually after Wake Up Real Estate. So it's 10 points for every new lead. It's 25 points for any conversation that you've had, text, email exchange, phone call, private message, direct message, in-person conversation, 25 points. 50 points if you got an appointment of some kind. Could be a Zoom appointment, could be a listing appointment, like I've got at 11:15 this morning, Eastern time. And could be a buyer consultation, whatever that is. And then 100 points for a closing, which is always good. And if you do the activities to generate the first 4, you're going to naturally get number 5, those big 100-point scores just by taking those daily actions. So go ahead, create your free account, wakeupre.com, post to the daily scorecard, and every day we will choose a winner from the day prior and give them $20 in credits thanks to or care of thanks.io.
www.thanks.io.
Beautiful. And I think the winner that we were giving away today is Jennifer Wilson. Jennifer Wilson, who if I remember correctly, Jennifer, are you in Tennessee? But anyway, Jennifer Wilson, you can email Ryan@thanks.io, Ryan@thanks.io, and we'll make sure to connect with you as well. In fact,
yeah, and moving forward, that'll all happen through the community room. We'll just talk through there. So,
and that's the other reason why we want to do it, is just to make it easier and more seamless, and to make sure that we don't drop the ball on getting you the credits, right? That's really the big thing. So, Todd, thank you. Appreciate the kind words. Todd says, love the show. You guys are powerful together. We appreciate it. I don't know if I would have used powerful, but we appreciate that adjective. There are some probably other adjectives that people might think about how we behave together, but we appreciate it. All right. Current mortgage rates. Where are we at?
So the U.S. government bonds, it looks like the markets are tanking. They were this morning pre-market a little bit. It looks like interest rates might be going up a little over the coming days, but right now they're sitting in the low sixes.
Yeah, you know what? I have an article that I was going to bring up here that that kind of relates to this. Ryan, did you have anything else with that? It's an Inman article that relates. It was talking about this topic and some projections about where they're headed.
Oh, my puts on EXP are doing great today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
For all you EXP stockholders.
Oh boy.
All right, let's continue on before.
Yeah. Okay. So this caught my eye from Inman this morning. Mortgage rates inch up from 2023 lows on strong jobs report. The gist of it is this: last week, at the end of last week, the rates went below 6. We're now just over 6. And strong job numbers spark fears that the Fed will need to stick to its gun and continue to raise rates and keep them elevated for some time as they try to fight inflation. You can check this out. It was in the morning Inman. There are a couple of things that I wanted to highlight from this fairly quickly that I think are of interest. It's an easy read. Some of this stuff, I don't know, my eyes glaze over when I see and read some of this stuff, but there's some relevant information in here.
If we really added 500,000 jobs last week, the way the jobs report says, then it's impossible for inflation to be going away. That's like, it's impossible. Comment if you're picking up what I'm putting down, or if you have no idea what all this stuff is.
Listen. Yeah.
Which means mortgage rates kind of got to go up. I don't know. I don't think I know that a lot of people in the industry, you want to like everything to be rosy and you want to say now's a great time to buy a house. Everything's going down. But I think we just need to be ready for what might be coming and adjust our business plans accordingly. So totally.
So on yesterday's show, I showed a slide from Keeping Current Matters where it was a breakdown of, whether it's a weak buyer's market, a good buyer's market, a strong buyer's market, et cetera. And the good was 6 to 6.5 interest rates, strong, anything below 6, basically. And here are the projections for the rest of this year and moving forward. Okay. Now, all of this can change, right? Projections, they're just a best guess, but having this information is better than not having it. Right. And so, looks like we're projecting to be close to 6.5 by the end of Q1 and through Q2, come back down closer to 6 in Q3 and Q4, and then under 6 in 2024. Does that mean you should all stop trying to sell real estate until 2024? Of course not, right? But having this information and being equipped to have conversations and to include in your bag of tricks that when you have somebody interested and they say, well, I just don't want to, the interest rates are killing me. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. When we find the right house, we're going to negotiate with the seller to give you a credit to buy down your rate so you can get to a rate that works for you better, right? And it could be a permanent buy down. It could be a temporary buy down with a 2-1 buy down or a 3-2-1 buy down. But just being the one that's bringing up that idea and the fact that, listen, that's part of my job for you is to put together a deal that makes sense for you. And we're going to negotiate when we find that right property to for them to buy down the rate. And, I don't know what's going on in your markets with new construction, but like that's an easy negotiation with new construction with builders right now. Home builders are hurting. At least again in my market, because I'm seeing some crazy special financing, builder incentives and stuff by the builders in our market, and we're in a conservative market. Like
I think my brother's getting something like 4.25 on a new construction he's buying. I don't even know where that came from, but
most of the builders doing that's a temporary buy down.
Yeah.
But regardless, it emphasizes it goes back to something that we mentioned on yesterday's show or the day before, the idea of having the conversation about dating the rate and marrying the house. Because if you use, the projections and the fact that it's anticipated that over the next 12, 24, 36 months, that rates are going to be lower, you get a lower rate for today, and then you refinance when you're, if you've got a 3-2-1 buy down that expires or a 2-1 buy down that expires, then you can refinance and lock in a lower rate for a longer time. So,
Josh, I love the objection handle though with the negotiation. That's negotiating rate. That's great.
Yeah. Because buyers have more ability to do that now than they did a year ago. Okay, even though there's still low inventory, which can cause problems. Ryan, I can see you have something fun. You just can't wait to share. So go ahead and have at it.
The social post of the day. All right. So, but this is one that can be used. We have the Super Bowl coming this weekend. But this is one that can actually be used pretty much any day of the week for any sports event. And of course, the idea, what I'm going for here is to mix real estate with sports, which is, I don't know, half the population out there or more is going to have hot buttons around sports, and everybody has their team that they love. So what I did before you watch the Chiefs spank the Eagles on Sunday, maybe check out some open houses so you can insert your team beating some other team right there, especially if it's a regional rivalry. It even works better. What we're going for is for people to engage on the post, right? Because then it gets promoted a little more. And then, open houses. This is a good one to do on Fridays, Thursdays. And you got the weekend coming up. With open houses, I do like to sometimes use the idea that you can bring your wife or your significant other on a date to see open houses. So that's a good one to do at the end of the week as well. Maybe we'll do that next Friday. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Click the link below for a complete list of 100 plus Pinellas County opens. Again, I'm trying to get some numbers in there, the price range, and I'm just trying to get them to click over to my KV Core link. I did set the KV Core link to require an instant opt-in today, I think.
Okay.
So that's a setting in KV Core's. Let's see if I bring it over here. In KV Core's squeeze builder functionality. I know a lot of people here use KV Core. So, but when you're building the squeeze link, you have the ability to say, hey, make it require an immediate registration right here.
Yeah.
Which, Josh, you can go either way on that when you're doing social posts. I just wanted to try it out and see if it generated anything.
Well, and I think it goes back to something that we've mentioned a couple of times this week. You just got to try stuff, see what works. Right. And also do what makes sense for you. Right. If you feel like forced registration right up front doesn't, you're not comfortable with that, then don't do it. Right. Do it after 2 or 3 or whatever. In fact, I've got a social post that I'm going to share here in a minute. I think I set mine to 3. I made a KV Core link and I set it to 3 today. Just because I did. Right. Like just trying stuff. Okay. This marketing stuff that we do and love, like, we can think about it and make best guesses as to what might work all day long. And the reality is, you just got to see what the market thinks, and let them decide, because that's really all that matters. Winifred said Valentine's Day ideas.
Monday,
Monday and Monday's the 13th, so we could even do Monday and Tuesday. I'm also going to share a very unpopular opinion that Valentine's Day is stupid. I'm just throwing it out there, which my wife actually agrees, and yet we still, I don't know, I still have to participate, right? The other thing that I want to bring up here is, maybe you're not a sports person, but you can use the general idea here with whatever affinity you have, right? If you like some show, if you like, I don't know, if your area is big for like dog shows or whatever, and that resonates with, like, share and have fun around the things that you enjoy. And I'll give a very specific example of a guy in my market. He owns a used car dealership in my market, and he is an insane Eagles fan. He literally, like, his wall is littered with Eagles memes and stuff, right? And that actually generates him business. Like, people, he gets people buying cars with him because he's resonating with other people around that affinity, right? And it's a conversation piece for him. Oh, look at this. This is a great idea. Daphne says, I'm asking my database to share about their love affair with their town.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea.
Yeah.
And Winifred asked, what site is Ryan using? It's a KV Core site.
Yeah, for my posts. And then up on the screen, if she's asking, I just want to show how I built the Jalen Hurts image. It's called IMG Flip, Image Flip. There's lots of these. It's just a meme generator tool. So you go there, you upload the image. I just Googled like a Google image for Jalen Hurts sad or something. And then, you put the text on top.
Yep. So that's a great tech tip.
Yep.
Right. And one, an easy way to do some cool stuff there. So here I'm going to share my social post of the day. So I took Ryan's idea, and somebody's at the front door. My neighbor I saw bringing over some basketball stuff. So I took Ryan's idea from yesterday. Check out all available lots and land in Central PA right now, priced from $5,950 to $10 million. And then I made a little video like Ryan made the other day. I think that was
cool.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, what I used, Ryan likes Screencast-O-Matic, and I like that too. I've just migrated to using more often Loom, loom.com, LOOM.com. I don't know. It's just what I've ended up using a little bit. Now, what I did was I just recorded me scrolling without a microphone. And then I actually, it's 11 seconds. I think I shared it to my phone to make some edits because my phone editing is simple and easy. And then I uploaded it with a link. Here's my link to the results with where I set it to force registration after 3 views. So simple little post of the day.
You have a QR code up at the top of your EXP logo. Did you add that? I
can't remember how I did that. I need to figure that out. That QR code goes to my, I've got an app, like a custom app that I had made.
You probably included it in the logo image, or there's a secondary logo option in KV Core that you might have used for that. But it's a cool idea.
Reverse engineer how I did it and share for sure. Because, QR codes have become more ubiquitous. How's that for a 10-cent word? People actually know how to use them and use them, right? They've become, they went from something that, was struggling to get adoption to COVID kind of forced it, right? Scanning.
Thank you, COVID.
And that's the one thing maybe that we can thank. Well, which, by the way, I'll give a little shameless plug for Thanks.io. That is one of my favorite features and benefits of Thanks.io is you can put a QR code on the front and back of the card. And when the recipient scans that, you get immediately emailed. If I send Ryan a postcard and he scans the QR code, I get an email saying, Ryan Hartman at this address just scanned the QR code on this postcard that you sent them. Pretty freaking cool. Anyway. Okay. So before I forget again, some tech tips. Here's what I wanted to share yesterday that I forgot. I got derailed and confused when we were having audio problems. When you get a lead, let's say maybe you get just an email address or you get an address only lead. We like to do what we call fully disposition the lead. So we're going to take whatever incomplete data we have and try and append data to that, right? So we get an address. We want to find out who lives there, what's their email, what's their phone, etc. And there are skip tracing services that you can pay for, etc. But a lot of the times you're getting these leads one at a time. And so you just need a simple way to do that. So one that I've been using for quite some time, and if you've been following me for any length of time, I'm sure you've heard me refer to it, is truepeoplesearch.com. Truepeoplesearch.com. It is free. You can do name. You need the name and the city. You can do a reverse phone lookup, or you can do a reverse address lookup. And I've been sharing this one for years. But recently, I think it was John Sabia in Florida. And this isn't the first time I heard somebody refer to this, but this is who reminded me. that'sthem.com is another great one. And I actually found that in certain cases works better than True People Search. Now with That's Them, there's like a limit to how many you can look up per day, I think. And then you have to register and maybe even pay for credits. But I found that they provide more information and more details in certain cases. So I'll just pop my info in here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, they give the home price and everything else, what you paid for it and things like that.
That's right. That was one of the big ones. Is it'll give an approximate, an AVM on the property, which is pretty cool. So whether it's you, or if you have a virtual assistant, or in-person assistant,
do they have an API? That's what we need to find, is one of these with an API that you trigger a zap and it runs through and it posts a note back to your CRM.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to share those two. If you're trying to find information, and it could be you're trying to find more info on a for sale by owner or an expired listing, or I'm going to show you for Free Leads Friday how to find and reach out to for rent by owners in your market. A simple way to do that. Any of those situations, two tools that you can use to find additional information and data, so that you can call, text, email, or whatever combination thereof. Those types of leads. Or like I said, maybe you're generating some leads from the social post of the day, and all you're getting when they register is their email address. You might take that and find, okay, maybe they got a goofy email address, right? Like some people's email, it's pretty obvious what their name is, but others, it's not so obvious. You can find that, and then you can more personalize your communication with that contact or that lead. Ryan, anything to add to that?
Not that in particular. I got a ton of tools I'm using all the time as well, but mostly, probably meme generator for today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then what I want to do is let's Free Leads Friday. Okay. Free Leads Friday. Right. Actually, I want to talk about one, and then I want to show another. So I think we mentioned this earlier this week, but I want to come back to it because it is a free platform, Craigslist. And Craigslist is that is a platform that I built an entire training on, and how I built my local production and sales business back in 2007 and 8. It's been around forever. And the reason why I'm bringing it back up, and it came back on my radar, is I've had numerous conversations with people over the last couple of weeks saying that they're getting leads and clients from Craigslist. Does that mean that it's a huge opportunity in every market? Does that mean that it's something that you should be looking into? Maybe, maybe not. But it is working in certain areas. In fact, one of the guys in my sales organization, shout out to Shay McGee. He is in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. He's gotten, in the last 2 weeks, he got 2 buyer agency agreements signed from Craigslist leads. He shared that on our huddle a couple of, I don't know, it was this week or last week or something like that. And it even shocked him. He's like, he thought
it was dead.
I'm going to clean it up. Not just dead, but that it was only being used for nefarious reasons. Right. Like, people just doing shady stuff on there. Right. And the fact of the matter is, people looking at Craigslist for real estate, there's intent. Right. If you're going to Craigslist to look at real estate, like you're looking for something, versus interruption style marketing, which can work great as well, but it's a different type of lead or prospect. Okay. Like our social media post of the day, that's more interruption style. Yeah. It's not there. There's no way to know if there's any intent the people that are going there and seeing that. But if somebody goes and searches for real estate on Craigslist, like there's some intent. So Laura says, I run at least 5 to 6 Craigslist ads weekly and get about 10 leads. So Laura, you know what? If you're down with this, I would love to have you as a guest next week. Ryan, I don't think will be here for Wake Up Real Estate next week. I would love to have you. Later in the week, right?
Is it Thursday and Friday. Yeah.
So if you're up for it, Laura, I would love to have you on as a guest. if you're open to sharing what you're doing. And I know I just put you on the spot, but even if you're not willing to, we're going to do a deeper dive on that. And she's got to be doing some cool things. I talked with another agent, somebody that Ryan and I have known for many years, TC Bland out in California, and he's generating about a lead a day. Now he's posting a little bit more than what Laura is talking about, but still, it's free leads from people that there is some level of intent. Okay, so wanted to share that one.
And you can generate. I mean, this is opening a whole flood of old stuff, but you can generate text leads by doing. There's all kinds of ways to put calls to actions in these posts that I don't see a lot of people leveraging. But KV Core, other CRMs, you can create a text code like foreclosures or fixer uppers. Yep. Post all your listings, but have a little byline that's like text fixer uppers to number, and just generate real mobile cell phone leads all day. So definitely a viable traffic.
We had a framework that we used to refer to called the Craigslist ad sandwich. And the idea was, if you see that block of text in the middle there, sandwich that block of text with calls to action above and below. And if you're making compelling offers, you're going to get people that are interested, and whether they fire off a text code or TC, he's getting leads where he tells them directly, copy and paste this URL into your browser if you want to see X, Y, and Z. And people are doing that, right? Craigslist, you can't hyperlink anymore. That's been for a while, quite honestly. You can't hyperlink anymore, but you can, you can just tell them, copy and paste this into your browser, and we'll send you more info.
Josh, we got to dig up some of that old stuff and see how much of it is still relevant.
Yeah. Well, the principles of it, I would say, are always relevant. The specific tactics is what evolves and changes over time, for sure. So that wasn't even the free lead strategy necessarily. I just wanted to briefly mention that. Look at this. Okay. Laura, thank you. I could do that. This is one I have now. Nothing great, but I received 2 good leads yesterday. Nothing great. 2 good leads from 1 free ad. I would say that's nothing to scoff at. And I don't know if she was going to post that link there or not. But while we're waiting for her to maybe share that with us, the strategy that I wanted to talk about wasn't even that today. It's using Zillow to find for rent by owners. Ooh. And just reaching out to them to see if they would consider selling their property. And here's why this came up. Okay, this is why this popped up for me, or what reminded me of this idea or strategy. For example, Winifred saying, I got another investor, right? And so this has been something that Ryan and I have been are talking about, building a training around building a database of investors. And I had a conversation with an investor yesterday, and I also got an investor referred to me over the weekend, and trying to source deals for those investors. Well, what better way of trying to source those deals than to reach out to current for rent by owners, which means absentee owner or investor, to see if they would consider selling, and tie it all together. The email script that I mentioned on Wednesday and Thursday, one of the ones that I have an appointment with, I'm waiting for confirmation on an appointment with this afternoon, is an investor, and she's trying to decide, am I going to keep renting it or should I sell it? Right. So anyway, here's how you can do that for free on Zillow. Okay. And there are other ways to do this too, but we'll pull up Cumberland County. And we have to just play with the filtering a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go for sale under this drop down here, and we're going to select for rent. Okay. And then let's see here. I probably should have refreshed my memory on this before doing this, but I'm going to exclude apartments, condos, and co-ops, because that will exclude some of the property management companies and so forth that are posting here. I'm going to click apply. I can't remember if there's another way that we can filter this, but you can, if you so choose, you can filter by some of these other things. So you could filter by days on, You could filter by, I don't know, if you have an investor or a client that's only looking for a single story home, or you could filter by year built. I mean, whatever you want to do here. But what you're going to get is, if this updates for me here. What did I do wrong? This is the beauty of live, and also, I didn't hit apply on for rent. There we go. Maybe.
That's weird. Do that again. I just did that and it worked fine. Maybe you did have it checked.
Home 2. Oh, maybe I need to apply there too. Come on, Zillow, cooperate with me here.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, are these rentals here? Are these purple ones are rentals? Okay, so here, I'm just going to do it this way. I don't know why the right-hand side isn't populating, but these purple ones, these are rentals, okay? So if I click on one of them, okay, I click on this, I'm just going to scan. Now, this is a manual process, right? But when we're talking about free versus paid strategies, you're talking about the exchange of time or money, one or the other, right? So this does require some legwork. It is something that you could have an assistant do, or you just block out time and play around with this. So I bring up the listing, $14.50 a month, the information here. And what I want to do is scroll down, and I see that this is by a property management company. Next, we're just going to skip this one, right? What we're trying to find is the ones that are for rent by owner, So hopefully, let me see if I can find one here that hopefully is a for rent by owner. So this is one that I know I could have multiple offers on this one immediately. Dang it. Okay. So this is also something that's going to vary by your market, right? Like in some markets, you're going to find a higher percentage of these that are being managed by a property management company. And in some markets, not. Okay. Well, I'm 0 for 3. Well, the last time I did this, I was able to more easily identify. Let's see if I can find one, just because I want to show you what it looks like when it is the individual owner. And I can even potentially tie it back to the tech tip of the platform that we got there. So is this one? Yes. Okay. Whew. Listed by property owner. Okay. It only took me 4 tries to get that. Okay. I probably should have had it pulled up ahead of time, but whatever. Brent Binder. Okay. Brent Binder. Now, I can just call him. I can text him. I can request a tour through here. And instead of requesting the tour, I can make the offer. And the offer is as simple as this. It's the same as the email and text script that we talked about on Texting Tuesday, and I talked about the last 2 days. Hey, Brent, just curious, would you consider selling your home or your property or your rental property at 1935 Kent Drive to one of my clients? Yes or no? Now, if you send 10 of those out, you're going to get a bunch of people that say no, hanging on to it, whatever. And you're going to get some that are like, yeah, maybe. Or I would consider it, but not until, the summertime or next year or whatever. Here's what you do. If they say no, this is why I love this strategy and why I love this audience. If they say no, the follow-up is, okay, great. I totally get it. Just curious, are you looking to add to your portfolio? Okay. Now, you might be able to identify, right? And now you've got an investor client. And even if not, you know something about these folks. They own a home. Right? In fact, they own multiple homes, right? So if I go, let's tie this all together here. I'm going to pop this in. I'm going to here. I'm going to go reverse phone. I'm not going to reverse phone. I'm going to go reverse address. Bill. So my guess is these were the last renters. Okay, Erica and Carol, but looky there, Brent Binder. And there are any number of ways I could have found Brent's actual current address, but there you go, 410 Cumberland Road. That's the home that he lives in. Okay, so now I've got his name, I've got his phone number, and let's see here if his email address is showing up here. It's not on this one, but it might if I if I try That's Them. So why not?
So a little bit of work, but free.
Right. That's the whole idea here. Like you're and the reason why I'm bringing this up is I've got people in my organization that they have time, but they just don't have capital right now to invest into their business. And that, it's fine. You can bootstrap your way to finding opportunities. Okay. And I feel pretty confident if you did 5 or 10 of these a day in a week's time, if you do that for a week, you do 5 to 10 a day for a week, you're going to uncover a few that are at least going to consider selling or turn into conversations. Maybe they're not, maybe this Brent fella, he doesn't want to sell this property, but he, he's got another one, another rental property, or he's been thinking about selling his primary residence, right? And look at that. There are 2 email addresses. So,
hey, Josh,
I can call, text, email.
Going back to Zillow, you can also do the for sale. And then, did you mention this? You can sort by other, like people who aren't listed with an agent.
Yes. Oh, yes. 100%.
Right. So you can see the listings that are kind of self-posted by an owner, basically.
Right. Yeah. For sale by owner. Well, absolutely. Which is a great.
Yeah. Oh, now it's asking me for an email.
Yeah.
Second. I just had it up. Let's see. Let's go back here. And there are probably tools that would let us.
Well, I'll throw out a tool. FSBonanza.com. FSBonanza.com. That is a tool that my buddy Chris Jones, you can get that for free. You do have to register for it. But you literally just tell it your market and what mile radius, and it will go and find for sale by owner listings on Zillow and other for sale by owner sites and aggregate them for you for free.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I had the filter set already, so I'm having trouble undoing it here. But you can do the search and you can do listed by agent or not agent. But I like that FSBonanza.
Yep, FSBonanza. That was somebody that's right up your alley, naming wise.
Oh yeah, I still own FSBoner.com, but I'm been about 12 years and I'm afraid to launch anything on it. This is a much better domain.
Yeah. So that's a great free tool. Chris is a good guy. He and his brother Levi, they've got a very active production team producing in North Carolina. I can't remember what part of North Carolina, but they offer some great free tools and training.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Well, look at these.
Yep.
Look at that. Now, the next step here is to use the Thanks.io Chrome extension to zip this address into Thanks.io and send them a card.
There you go. I like that.
Automatically. Now, I don't know if Zillow will allow that to happen. Sometimes some sites don't, but maybe that's for next week. I'll play with that and see if we can get it done.
Beautiful. So we've been going for a good bit here. So we're going to start coming in for a landing because I got to head out to an appointment. In fact, if I don't leave soon, I'm going to be late. But a great question from Thomas Mayhew. Could you put a QR code as one of the pictures into Craigslist that takes a customer to a page to get more information on the property being advertised? 100%. I love that strategy. I probably wouldn't make it the primary.
Yeah.
Make it
secondary.
You get fancy. You could overlay the QR code like in the corner of multiple pictures, right? So that you're still giving, you're giving some information, right? But you're not. It's not too blatant, right? And
it's most effective if you say, "Don't scan this." You got to tell people what not to do.
Exactly. People can't help themselves. It's like don't think about a purple elephant, right? And then you'll think about it. Larry, as always, great stuff. Thank you. So is it okay to email or call the leads when you find their information on Spokio? Well, if they're on the DNC list, I mean, do with it as you will. But if they're actively marketing their property, like, I don't know, I think it's probably gray there. Yeah, you can email. Right. And, depending on if it's a for sale by owner, all you have to do, or for rent by owner, you can start by asking, is it still available? And then just ask the question, right? That's not you're not a bot trying to sell them, extended warranty. extended car warranty. So, all right. Monday, we will be doing our normal rundown of our scorecard, social post of the day, etc. This weekend, we are going to continue, and by we, I mean Ryan, will continue to add really cool stuff to the free community that you can sign up for at wakeupre.com. Wakeupre.com. The replays of these sessions, the recommended resources and links, etc. Like if you missed something or whatever, it'll all be in there. And also, when you register there, you get a free cup of coffee. Okay. And that's how you can enter to win the mailing credits with thanks.io as well. Thank you, Winifred. So next week, Laura, we may have Laura as a special guest, which is appreciated. I'm going to have another guest or two in Ryan's stead, and we'll just keep kind of sharing what we're doing in our businesses and letting you guys watch along and participate, which we are greatly appreciative of all the comments and the positive encouragement. So this platform, that is where you can go deeper. We are the Wake Up Real Estate episodes and shows will continue streamed exactly wherever you're watching it now. We will continue to stream them there on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, even on Twitch, which we may have some gamer people watching. We may be picking up some young, generation whatever who are interested in real estate. Who knows? So no, that the community is just a easy place for us to share the additional resources, etc. For example, making it easier for you to swipe the social posts of the day.
Yeah. It's just so you don't have to dig through these videos and try to find stuff. Basically.
Exactly. Or any script that we share, or little the strategy on finding for rent by owners, right? Simplifying that and just putting it all in one place.
The other thing we're trying to do in there, guys, is if you want to try it out, we have these chat rooms. So if you run into a snag with something, or you have like a mortgage question about some, you can't get a hold of your regular guy, but you have a question about some nitty gritty about a non-QM or something, you can pop in here and just ask, and we're kind of monitoring it all day. KV Core stuff, obviously, I know a lot there. There's some certain platforms that we can probably be quicker support than those platforms provide. So just try it out, get in there and interact.
Yep. So if you haven't already, check that out. Subscribe, no cost, free lifetime membership, wakeupre.com. Wherever you are watching this, please subscribe, rate, and
Go Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. Go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. We'll be back Monday morning. I won't be hungover, but hopefully I'll be celebrating at 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning. If you need anything in the meantime, come check out the community, ask for help, engage, or just reach out. We're happy to help any way we can. Thanks again for all the support, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yep. See you guys.